Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. Currently there's a new tournament going on, the Beginners Rumble League. It's aimed at coaching new players. And there's my new player, coaching them to become pros and fight in the league. Are you ready for your first lesson?
Yeah.
Nice. I would say it's easier to go in normal matchmaking. Then you also get some PP. So let's add each other. You can do it a few things. Yeah, you can pull this up to see my name. Click on it and then hold the friend button. There we go. Now if we go into friends matchmaking, as long none of my other friends are doing the same at the same time, we should match with each other.
Okay.
Let's try that again. Hi, Xardio. All right.
I got your stream up, so I can see the chat.
Okay. Sure. Well, let's first just see what is your current skill level. Just some normal sparring. Relax. That was a good moment. Do a double jump. Oh, oops. Try to get out of that area. You're always at the disadvantage if your back is against the edge of the ring. Good. Alright. That at least gives me a bit of an idea what your skill level currently is. Currently, you're really struggling with spawning stuff. Hits on their own goes quite decent, but when you're trying to spawn, you panic and you make way unnecessary movements. Because, for example, for just a cube, just think of it only as 2 points. Going from base pose as efficiently as possible to this pose. So you don't have to do a really wide movement. Just try to be efficient. I also saw you struggle with wall quite a lot. Try to make sure your hands are really flat and aim forward. So you're pointing forward with flat hands. It's quite an uncomfortable pose in the beginning, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. Any other pose you're maybe struggling a little bit with?
The ball. Sometimes can't get it.
Are you right-handed or left-handed, by the way?
Left-handed, but I can use right hands fine.
Okay. Good to know. Ambidextrous play can actually be quite good. I should actually practice some ambidextrous play, but I always forget to do it. Yes, Kalamad, this is one of my students. Please introduce yourself.
Blitzar.
Yay! I also have another student. Probably later in the evening, I will do another session, but then with her.
I can see myself in the stream.
You should be able to see yourself in the stream.
Yeah, I can. I look
Okay.
like Frag from Invincible.
I have seen the first season of Invincible, but don't really remember the character looking like you.
Yeah, he's not in the series yet, but I've seen some pictures in the comics.
Oh, okay. That explains it. Let's see. Let's start with more basics, just to get that a bit more solid. Have you already tried some nice free hit combos or just 2-hit combos? What are the combos you've already tried and feel a little bit comfortable with? Okay. Just show me a few.
Okay, yeah, I can do that multiple times. I didn't think I really do that multiple times, but I can. I've done that once where it's like double and then hit up and it goes super far.
Remember, you always need to aim your poses forward. So don't focus on where the cube is. Just imagine your target.
Oh.
You are aiming your poses towards me. So, for example, if I do kick straight, I don't do aim upwards, because then my poses don't work. I always aim forward towards my target.
I was watching a VOD of your thing and you done that.
Yeah, with the stropper like that. First of all, try to find the closest location to your body where your straight is working. Remember that location, because that's also the furthest spot where your uppercut works. Then if you
So
want
it's
to
just a
do a
rotation.
pre-pose, then it's from that pose, you slide it upwards to the straight, and at the same time you rotate to the uppercut. Don't try to be speedy. Just do it as slow as possible at first. Let's make it easy. If you place, for example, 2 pillars, then even if you do it really... Oh wait, because the knockback in that case, place a pillar next to you and one in front of you, then you can really slowly rotate upwards into a straight. And if you rotate to the uppercut, then the other one goes. That's the way you can... check. And also a way you can check is just seeing if your fists automatically go into a fist. And it's probably that always make sure your offhand is quite low at shoulder height, never higher. Otherwise it's not going to work. And you might need to move your hand a little bit closer to your body while rotating. But only slightly. Try it on this structure. The nice thing is... Oh, that sounded perfect. That actually sounded perfect. That was also quite good. It's all about as minimal effort movements. You don't need really need speed. You just need the efficient rotation. Because if you look at my hands, for example, I'm just moving my hands quite slowly, but really efficient between the 2 poses. Whenever you need a little bit of confidence in trying, try it on this one first. Because that gives a lot more time to do it. Try to find your uppercut again. Yes, that was decent. The frequency you want to hear is tick tick. You have to aim a little bit higher. With your straight, if you aim too low, your straight will not work. And don't be impatient. That's good. That's good. Decent. As long as you hear both hits, it's at least decent. Yes! Good, good. Now do again. Hello, then, dude. Does watching the stream count as spying on the opposition? I don't mind if you spy on the competition.
I'm also spying on you in the chat.
Nice. Try to do it as minimal arm movements. Mostly just your wrist.
I was trying to do it with the eyes closed, like what I heard in the VOD.
That can help. In that case, let's practice on this first again. Decent. There we go.
Okay, I think I found it. It's just that. Oh. Kind of. Yeah, I don't think I found it. Okay. Oh, that was a different one.
Sometimes it also helps to practice the opposite order. So just uppercut straight with, again, as minimal movement possible. And don't wait until you see your pose working. So don't think of it as doing a straight punching motion. You just think of it as a rotation between the two. Also remember, don't move your offhand up high. Keep it at shoulder height. And maybe you might also want to try with your other hand. Maybe that feels more comfortable for you since you're left-handed.
Yeah,
okay, that looks like you practiced these kinds of things more with yeah, and
okay.
in that case, right-handed might be the best. Let's put up a punching bag again. It's always a very good way to get a bit of confidence with your poses. Good. And make sure to prepare yourself before you do the attack. Don't try to flow it into another. Just give yourself a moment. Prepare for the attack. Once you get decent, then we're going to flow from combo to combo. Nice. Also, one thing you might want to try to do to make the transition between the first hit and the second hit a little bit faster is instead of your straight completely flat, already slightly rotated. So instead of flat, I already rotate my straight, so I need even less movement between the two poses. Only a very slight rotation, but it might help. And with the starting pose, I personally advise aiming downwards, because then the upwards motion of your hand can flow into the rotation. Like that. Alright, I would say that that's enough practice for that. Sometimes it's better to spread out practicing these things over multiple days, because the way our brains learn, efficiency in learning actually goes down the longer you practice the same thing over and over in the same day. So it's better to practice another technique, and then tomorrow practice both techniques you learned again.
Okay.
Is there a particular style you also want to learn, by the way?
Well, I mainly do high movement, so something related to that would help.
Okay. How are you with sprinting? Do you feel comfortable with sprint?
No. I can
Okay.
only half the time do it.
First of all, when you sprint, try to think of it as a bit of a robotic movement where you really want to do 90-degree poses. So one hand is aiming straight up, the other hand is aiming straight forward. So don't
like the guard
over
from
move
Cloudy and
that
Chance
you're aiming
Nichols.
down. One hand is really aiming straight forward, and the other straight up. And it's not about the speed of your hands. And the most interesting thing about the sprint pose opposed to a dash is if I want to go to the side, I can still keep looking at you, because if I dash to the side, I have to look away. With sprint, you can sprint in any directions. So you can always keep an eye out on your opponent, which is really nice if you have a reactive playstyle. Because if you see an attack incoming, but you're looking away, you cannot react to it anymore. Of course, you can dash and then turn. That's also a very good thing, that you only need the start of the dash to look where you want to dash. But with sprinting, you can always keep an eye out. So, if I were to attack you while you're sprinting, and always focus your attention to me. So don't look to somewhere else. If you sprint, all you're going to do with changing directions is with your movement stick. Just dodge around. If you feel comfortable going from sprint, you can try to ground or go into a hold or something like that. Just keep an eye out on me. See when I do something. And try to counter it. From the sprint. And don't worry if your sprint often don't work at all. Just relax. Don't move your arms fast. Just relax. Good. That's something we'll come later to, the pillar run. Oh, that completely made a circle. Remember, always aim towards your opponent. Even if a structure is coming to your side, you can still hold it. You can still use it. You don't have to stand behind the structure. You don't have to aim towards the structure. Always aim towards your opponent. So also with incoming attacks. Don't aim up. Aim forward. Good. Now, don't try to aim towards the structure, so even if it's coming to your side, don't turn to it and then back to your opponent. Just aim your poses forward. Just imagine the structure is right in front of you. Like that. Nice. Nice. Aim forward. Yeah. Start attacking as well. Just try to use that movement as if it's just a normal battle now. Don't panic, just relax. Because as long as you're moving, you're going to be in an advantage of not being hit anyway, often enough. And remember, you're moving around, so also make sure you stay at the center of the battlefield. Because at the center of the battlefield, you have the advantage. Often a lot of people, when you dominate the center of the battlefield, they feel pressure and actually go back to the edge of the ring themselves. Because not many people are comfortable at fighting at short range. So as long as you dominate the center, you're basically pushing the other player to the edge, giving them less chances to do anything.
So treat it like chess.
Yes. But that already looked a lot better than the first sparring session. Just basically because you kept moving around. Now, to add to the movement options, you also want to be decent at dashing. But one thing you want to do when you're dashing is not just move around. The nice thing about a dash is you only have to start a dash and a dash continues. So what is the nice thing about doing a dash is you can dash and spawn. So don't think of the dash as just the thing to move around. Because if you just want to move around, sprinting would be way better. But if you can combine your dash with spawning, then you take full advantage of the fact that your dash gives you time to do more things at once. So try to spawn every structure from a dash. So just dash, spawn out any structure, just to get comfortable at doing all of them. And again, don't panic, it's all about being relaxed. Mainly focus on going to the base pose. So dash, base pose. Because without a base pose, you're not going to spawn anything at all. And if you dash and spawn, rotate your body. Because if you dash and okay, I'm currently failing, but if you dash and spawn a ball at the same time, you will spawn the ball right into your own face. That's not something you want. So always rotate before you spawn something. Like that. Focus more on going back to base pose. Make sure your hands are really flat, the rotation. The position, you can be quite distorted and it still works. But the rotation, that's really important. So keep them flat for... And the nice thing is, the hand in base pose from the dash, it doesn't have to change at all. It's only the hand sticking out forward that is different. And try to relax. Do it really slowly. Don't worry about speed at all. Because the thing is, if you try to be too fast, you're going to be inaccurate. If you're inaccurate, then you're missing most of your poses, so nothing will happen. If you're slow, you're consistent, you're smooth. If you're smooth, you're actually fast because every attack that you do actually happens. Hi, Dizzy Dreaming. First try a bit more with the structures you feel a little bit more comfortable with. Because then at least you're practicing going from dash to base pose a bit more.
That one I'm definitely going to use a lot.
Nice.
Because usually I get close and then can't summon anything because I'm still moving. It's different.
Well, now the nice thing is, if you're close with an opponent, always know how to get away, but still put pressure on them.
Do you ever use this?
I don't, but that's more because my right joystick is completely broken. I cannot even use it. So I always rotate with my own body. It's something I always preferred in any game, so I don't really mind that the stick is broken. So I never took it to be fixed. But yeah, I just can't.
It said my headset batteries though, but it wasn't. Wait a sec.
Take a moment.
I don't know where to check.
And now, when you also spawn the cube, now try to dash, spawn the cube, and then straight, and if possible, even stropper towards it, towards me. Just try to hit me with it. Oh. Don't worry if it completely fails. Good. If you're close enough, just try to spawn the cube underneath me.
Arm kind of hurts. Well, not really, but it's just tired.
Good. These things will give you a lot more mobility options.
You lose.
So always try to be moving around. Sprint is really nice to be reactive to your opponent. And when you want to dash, try to combine dashes with something else. Have you already tried to practice slingshots, by the way?
No.
Okay, let's get you to some slingshots. Because the nice thing is, a slingshot, compared to a normal attack, can go like twice as far, sometimes even further. So, a slingshot is really nice. What you're abusing here is the fact that if you hold a structure, it goes to the central hold position. And that movement gets added to the straight. So what you want to do with it is make sure that the position of the hold is something different. Because if you're, for example, from here, it actually goes slightly towards me. So instead of adding speed, it actually removes speed because it went towards me. One of the ways to ensure it always gets some forward momentum is standing next to it. And the easiest location when you're standing next to it is with if you're holding with your right hand and straighting with your right, that the structure is always also on your right, but on the other side will actually add a little bit of speed, but it's a little bit more dangerous. So that takes a bit more practice to get used to. So in best cases, I would say if you use it for defense, and a structure is incoming, it's really safe to use it when the structure is coming right in front of you or to your right. But it's dangerous if it goes to your left. In that case, for example, parry or stomp is a better way to protect yourself. Because the really nice thing is, this is one of the better ways to defend against an attack. Just send me anything. Okay, I missed. Because not only do you stop the structure incoming, but because of the slingshot effect, you're actually adding speed to the structure. So let me send you some structures. Just try to reflect them back. And remember, if it's coming from your left, then you might better just do parry for now, or stomp. If it comes to your right, perfect moment to do hold. But again, if it comes to your right, don't aim towards the structure, aim towards your opponent. Always aim towards your opponent. Nice catch. With bigger structures, it's a bit harder not to hit yourself. So that takes a bit of getting used to. Nice. Try to do a wide movement. Yes. Well, that was still really nice. Magic missile. You're already getting used to not to aim towards the structure, but right in front of you, which is really good. Get used to the fact that as long as anything is in your area of influence, you can just use it without looking at it. Although you will have to get used to withhold. It goes slightly towards you if it's on your side. How are you? Your arms feeling? Getting tired?
No.
Good. I would say let's do a little bit of sparring again, and just try to use all kinds of stuff you already learned. Yeah. Nice. Don't try to panic. Panic is usually the way to hit yourself. Remember, you're close to the edge. I have the advantage. Dominate the center. Good.
You win.
Sprint might be OP, but you can't sprint parry ground. Well, you can. Basically, when you're sprinting, you still have, after doing the sprint pose, you still have some you still have some extra momentum, and while you're in that extra momentum, you can do all kinds of poses. And a structure is not getting in the way when you hold it when you're sprinting, but only in few directions. If you try to sprint forward, yeah, then it's gonna get in the way. But you can always sprint away from the structure you are holding. And you can sprint any directions, because if I want to go forward towards my opponent, I just rotate towards them, and I can still bring the structure with me. You can also sprint to the other side, but it's a little bit more dangerous. But at the same time, you're protecting the front of your body quite well. And the nice thing with sprint and holding something, you're always pulling on the structure, so it's always on the maximum pull distance. So when you finally attack with it, it's actually quite fast. How does ball hold flick work with sprinting? Well, I flick hold the ball now. I can just run around with it, and it's still being held. I can run away. So it just works. But there are some really some advantages of being of using dashes, because yeah, with dashes you can basically after the dash do anything. But sprint definitely has their advantages, and let's practice that as well. Sprint while holding something, the Running Man style. Best thing to do when you hold it or flick hold, run in the opposite direction of the hand holding it, and then just think as if you're not holding it at all. Just ignore the structure. Okay, that's interesting. I might sprint a bit more with it, but I often I need really precise control over the ball for waterbending. So having it move so much could be a problem. Well, in my opinion, it really isn't a problem, because if you look at it, it's not moving very much, and the moment I switch to, oh, now a structure is incoming, I immediately have control. So it just takes a moment to switch between, oh, I'm holding it and using my mobility to go around, to, okay, and now I'm actually going to waterbend something. Nice. Now while you're sprinting, when you sprint past me, just straight it into me. Don't worry, Dizzy. It also gives me an opportunity to teach something new again. I would say with the Running Man style, when you hold something, it's usually best to have something grounded, because it moves almost not at all, and just only hold it. And then right when you want to attack with it, you just straight it and it goes far. Although currently I've let me use my charge first. You can see the actual distance If I don't miss my straight, of course. Okay, a little bit of a leggy situation. Yeah, I currently have a little bit of a leggy situation. But yeah, this stealth attacking works a lot better with the charge stone. Do you intend to keep your shift stones, by the way, or are you still like experimenting, trying to figure out what kind of shift stones you want to use?
It's not permanent, so yeah.
Okay. Because in that case, one of my specialties is charge chambering, where I use my charge on other structures, which results in quite interesting attacks. But yeah, that uses the charge stone. Although you can do some of the chambering stuff without charge, because even if I hold something, I can still attack uncharged with stuff while holding a defense at the same time. If you want to spawn something new while already holding something, best thing to do in the beginning is just ignore that you're already holding something. So you spawn it, hold it, and then you just try to forget you're holding something and spawn something new. That's the best way to get used to it. If you're hyper aware of the fact you're holding something, it's only going to confuse you. So less likely you're actually going to hit it. And once you get used to the fact, oh, I'm holding something and I'm spawning something new, yeah, then you can get more used to holding it in a way that they don't collide to each other. But like that. The nice thing is, you become really unpredictable. Especially with the charge stone, because the charge gives a boost. And you can use that boost on something else. But even in a situation like this, where I already used my charge, so I don't get any boost from this stone, now you currently don't know if I'm going to attack with this structure, or if I'm gonna spawn something new and it's totally different. So when you try to prepare for an attack, you don't necessarily expect a cube suddenly going towards you. Most people will just expect the ball coming towards you. Mermaid, don't do it. Well, Xardio, it is my specialty. Of course I'm gonna learn them hold tricks. Hold is amazing. Yeah, with that you really want to get comfortable doing the stropper. Let's do some easy practice again. Okay, decent. Try to keep your hand a little bit close to your body, so don't do this straight all the way forward. Try to find the closest spot to your body where your straight works and do the rotation from there. Like that. closer to your body. I see you pulling your arms all the way forward again. And best situation when you're practicing the stropper and it fails is 50% of your failures should just be a straight, 50% should be an uppercut. If it's all straights like this, then you're clearly doing something wrong with your uppercut, or the rotation to the uppercut. So focus again on the basics. If 50% is a straight, 50% is an uppercut, then you know you're really close to doing the right thing. Well, a lot of beginners will first need to learn the basics. So, well, the basics are the same for almost everyone. I do tend to add a little bit of flair to the basics in the beginning already, but yeah, a lot of us will teach similar stuff. And again, don't try to be fast. You can just wait for a moment. Just get comfortable at your pre-pose. Wait. Okay, now I feel comfortable doing the attack. You don't have to immediately attack when you're training. Once you get comfortable with the stropper on its own, yeah, then it's really nice to flow everything together. But currently, until you get comfortable with the stropper, only worry about the stropper. So you can just give yourself some time. Good. You know already how to do a hop, or have you never tried that one before? A straight kick. Because a straight kick is in some cases even better than a stropper. Often the stropper is better, but there are definitely situations where straight kick is better. For straight kick, best thing to do is just wait a bit right above your straight. So my straight is here. I'm just getting ready for my attack by staying in this position. And then the only thing I worry about is going to the kick position, because the straight is already guaranteed. So I don't have to worry about the straight at all. Just going quickly to the kick. The kick is really nice if there's, for example, a wall on the ground, so you can attack over the structure. Other moments when it's really great is, for example, if your opponent jumps a lot. If they jump, a stropper will not go high enough. But a hopped a wall or a hopped pillar will go high enough that you hit their toes. did not intend to bomb that. But yeah, a hub, really nice on a wall and a pillar. On a cube, not so much in my opinion. With a wall and a pillar, really nice. Yeah, it will sadly not go over. So I will teach you some moves that will go over. Because one of my favorite combos that I learned really early on is kick straight. Because as you already noticed probably, if you stay around the kick position, it sometimes triggers double. You can abuse that fact with a kick straight. The only thing is, in this case, it's going to be really hard to do it. With a fallen wall, it's really easy to do it. Because the way your moves work, on whether you can trigger them, is from the center of mass. So if the center of mass is all the way up here, then if I do kick, the center of mass, which is already higher, is even higher. So it's going out of range really quickly. But with a fallen wall like this, the center of mass is really low. So it's staying in your area of influence for longer. Okay, we both hit a kick there, so it was a triple kick even. So if you first push it over, fallen wall, and then kick it straight. Now the nice thing with this is, it goes over structures really easy. So the timing is quite hard in the beginning. That will take some getting used to. Although currently it's a bit far away, so it will just land on top of it. Like that. One of the reasons why this attack is really interesting is because of how your area of influence works. Basically, slightly higher than the player is the reach where poses still work. But it has to be in range. And with a structure like this, well, at this point, you cannot hit it, so you cannot use parry. And it's already falling downwards, so by the time you can finally parry it, it's usually already on top of the head of the players. So an attack falling straight from above is really dangerous. And this attack falls straight from above. I usually don't spawn my own structures for it, but in a normal battlefield, there's always a fallen wall. So there's always an opportunity to use it. Like, oh, there's already a wall here. So I kick it straight. Yes, perfect timing. Yeah, the names for fallen walls like this, and especially with this combo, I call pancakes. And I love my pancakes. Shall we do something interesting? Yeah, well, why not? We have had some basic combos. Let's do some fun combos now. There's a huge chance that you will not be able to use it effectively in battle yet. But let's try some railguns. Are you aware what a railgun is? Alright. A railgun... Well, let's first start with a hit stun. When a structure destroys another structure, or it glances off, it ricochets, take a good look on this structure at its movement. You will notice it will stop for a moment when it hits. And after that stopping motion and the explosion, then it returns its momentum. We call that a hit stop. The hit stop will stop it completely for just a fraction, and then returns all momentum it originally had. But what happens if you get 2 hit stuns at the same time? The game gets confused. It doesn't return the momentum for just one structure, it returns it double for both structures. Let's move this out of the way. It goes... that wasn't really the best move to show it with, but... As you can see, the original momentum it had, it got stopped. And then instead of getting the momentum back once, the game gets confused. Oh, I've hit 2 structures, I have to return it. Oh, but I have to return it again for the other structure. So speed gets doubled. We call these things railguns. Explode will only get in the way of this. Because the explode will actually push it back. The thing is only with railguns, it has to be quite precise. Because if it's not quite precise, and yes, multiple structures does work. If it's not precise like you saw there, it doesn't get both in the same hit stop, and it destroys one and then the other. Or even worse, you get a dead stop. When structures like this are not aligned, let's put the alignment wrong even further. If the structures are not properly aligned, there is still a proper alignment. Because if you look from this edge to this edge, and then imagine a line between that, this will be aligned. Or maybe I miscalculated a little bit, but okay. But even with completely improper alignment, I can just imagine a line between those points. I can still get the railgun off, but it's a bit harder. So it's easiest when you properly align the 2 structures together. One of the things with a railgun though, there are 2 types of railguns. Nice, that was a railgun. Your first railgun. There is ungrounded railgun and grounded railgun. Grounded railgun is a lot harder and very inconsistent, so we're just not gonna do it. With ungrounded railgun, the normal railgun, the structure you send into them needs to be ungrounded. So it needs to have a kick or an uppercut in the combo. That wasn't really aligned perfectly. Now let's make it easy for you. Because if you look at this, there are 2 places. It's perfectly aligned all the time. Even if this is all the way over here or whatever. Where do you think? Top and bottom. Because no matter what, this is perfectly aligned. Also, I haven't heard you in a while. Maybe your microphone has troubles?
No, I'm just not that one.
Oh, okay. That's no problem. But there are railgun types that abuse the fact... Nice! That abuse the fact that the top side and the bottom are perfectly aligned. One from the top is, for example, the Devil's Rod, where you place 3 or more pillars, hold a wall or one of the giant boulders from the pit, and slam it into it. Now let's get you a wall. And try to slam it into it at a 45-degree angle. Because otherwise it's just going, all the speed is going to into the ground. So you really want a 45-degree angle on top of the pillars. You want to hit all the pillars at the same time, so don't try to place too many pillars, otherwise it's harder to hit all of them at the same time. I would say 4 is most optimal. And then 45-degree angle, and it flies off at incredible speed. Ah.
Critical battery.
Yeah, you do want really the right angle. If it's too shallow, it will just slide over. It started to rotate. It's still got a railgun, but really imperfect. If you accidentally bump the structure, then it starts to rotate, and then the alignment isn't perfect anymore. As long as you don't bump it, it will stay aligned. But if you just a tiny touch and it's already misaligned. So that's something to get comfortable with. A bit more sharp angle. That was really close to the right angle. And that wasn't fully on top of them. These things will take a bit of training, but it's really fun to do. Just like that. That also takes some practice, knowing where your structures will spawn. Oh, I tried to bring it a little bit closer to you. That was too much to the ground. It's slightly rotated. If you touch the ground with it, it aligns itself flat again. So just bring it to the ground. Now it's flat again. And then 45-degree angle. And I think your battery died. Let I already thought so. Okay, then you should be able to hear me. Yeah, I already thought your battery was going down. I also got a message that my battery was getting empty. But,
You win.
I hope you learned some stuff today, and I'll see you next session. Yeah, I learned that my back hurts. Yeah. Rumble is quite intensive, and if you're not used to standing a long time, then sometimes it, yeah. It's quite tiring for your back. Oh, yeah, can't hear you anymore since Alright, before I close off, I'm just gonna do a fight. Probably just a single fight. And then after that, I'm later tonight I'm gonna do another session. Hello. Welcome to Rumble. If you want me to teach you anything, feel free to ask. I cannot hear you. I can see that you're using your microphone, but I sadly cannot hear you. Probably an audio issue from my side. You want to learn how to do the hop? All right. Good thing to learn the hop. First of all, with your offhand, you don't have to worry at all. You just keep it at the same location because straight and kick is at the same point. Then try to find the highest point that your straight is working. The reason why you want to find the highest point is because then you only have to focus on keeping your hand at the start slightly higher than your straight, and then only have to focus getting that hand quickly to the kick. And try not to look at your hands. Try to look forward. A bit more quickly. Just throw your hand down. And try to aim for the kick slightly below your health bar, aiming in a 45-degree angle downwards. So basically, I'm just pointing in a 45-degree right, like this size underneath my health bar. I can make it a bit easier to practice. Practice on this. And try to walk forward while doing it. Remember that location. That's the location you want to end up. You don't have to wait to see if the straight is working. Just trust yourself. Yes, like that. That sounded good. Yes, that's good. That's good. Yes, like that. Remember that feeling? Now do again. Don't wait until you see the straight. Just trust yourself. The straight is going to work anyway because I'm so close to the straight. I only have to focus, bring my hand quickly to the kick position. And again, walk forward while doing it. Like that. Hello, G4. Happy to see that my streams are also quite helpful. Nice, nice, nice. You know, I also really struggled in the beginning. When I first saw someone doing a hop, I tried to figure it out on my own. It took me an hour before my first hop triggered, and then I still had to practice to get it on a decent level. So it took me a while as well. Yeah. With the starting angle, try to not keep your hand like this, by the way, but really in a flat location because you want to end it flat for the straight as well. And then make sure that most of the rotation is just your elbow. Basically, you're aiming straight forward with your hands, and just from, I mean your shoulder, just from movement of your shoulder, you just let your arm fall and then push down a bit more. And then you get... And we can make the practice a bit easier again, just to get your confidence up. Because this way you can really check you're doing the right poses. It's exactly the same when I hold it. Good. No problem at all. Want to do a bit of sparring? Try to use the hop in battle. I will just quickly remove those. Nice. Nice. Wall topple is really good. When you try to sprint, try to always look at your opponent, because you can sprint to the side. So you can always keep your eyes on your opponent. That's why that way you can react while using your movement at the same time, which is really useful. With ball, the hand you rotate like this. Try to move it up a little bit higher. Some people try to imagine it as drawing a bow. Try to draw a bow. Looking way better. Nice. Yeah, it's still the stream where I coached you. I'm not gonna change titles every time I do something different in the exact same stream. This is only a final battle I do before ending the stream. It's a two-pose move. Don't think of it as just pulling a structure out of it. Think of it as first do base pose. So don't go lower than that. Base pose, and then putting your arms in this way, flat but upwards. If you think of it too much as a movement, then you're likely going to miss the exact poses. And I saw that you were likely missing the base pose. Ooh, nice. That was nicely defended. That doesn't work if it's right on top of you. There's already a thought for that stream though. No, not yet. But right after I finish this stream, I will save the thought. But I have a lot of thoughts already on my channel, so there's already basically almost 200 hours of stream thoughts you can already find. Good try. Always smart to try to push the structure underneath your opponent. You can get close. It almost rolled into me. If you also straighted it when it toppled, then you would have got me. So when you put a structure underneath those, topple it. Also use a straight. So structure underneath, then straight. Yes, like that. Perfect. Nice. Good luck on your training. And most importantly,
You lose.
have fun. Bye-bye. Alright, I'm gonna charge up my battery, so I'm ending the stream here. Oh, a Discord ping. Let me check what you've sent. When you get off stream, this is what I'm talking about, the thought being there during you're still streaming. Oh yeah, basically it shows a stream that is already busy. But yeah, likely going to stream later this evening as well. So bye bye. A lot of coaching sessions are going to come. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it.